Hello everyone, this is Lolo the Samurai. Welcome back to more Rwanda Lakefront Academy and Football Manager 2020. Today we have a bit of a different episode. I made a few mistakes in the build up to this, but I have to make this video just so I don't get too ahead. And let's explain ourselves here. Okay, I'm just on my usual drink as always. So you might notice the date. It's actually 2040. You're thinking, why aren't you 2037? Why aren't you doing the Champions League like you promised? Well, there's a couple reasons for that. Firstly, I was on a road trip. As you know, I've been in Washington, and I was on my way back, and I just can't put the save down. It's a lot of fun, and I kind of went through a few years. However, that doesn't stop me from. What am I saying? That doesn't stop me from stopping the game when need be. So, for example, let's go back to where we stopped. I believe, okay, this is the one we qualified for the group stages, and this is the one we play against Black Leopards. That was the last episode. So, what happened here is I was going to record the second round of the Champions League, but we didn't get past that stage. We lost the Pyramids, and the next year, we lost the Hearts of Oak. So I was able to keep playing, and you know what? I don't feel it's a good idea to just keep repeating the same round over and over just to see us lose again. So I want to speed things up a little bit. That way we can go faster than our normal speed and not have 100 episodes of us just losing in the Champions League first round. Because I'm not that good at FM. Like it's a grind save. My Lesotho save took me 100 years to finally win the Champions League. I don't think it's going to take that long this time, but that's kind of the point I'm making. It took us that long to win the Champions League, the old one, and it's a grind. I'm not that good at FM, so that's why we're doing this. So we are going to go back to recording now that I'm not in the car, and I actually have a meaningful match to record. Let's go over the matches from last year, or the last 2 years. So we won the league both times, although APR got agonizingly close in one of them. As you can see, we only won by 2 points a few years ago, and it was one of those crazy APR seasons. But they only lost 2 games, and those 2 games were against us. So that was the difference maker. We drew more than them, but those 2 games that they lost against us really cost them. So yeah, okay. Now let's go to the Champions League games. So we played Pyramids, which is a pretty shitty draw, if I'm honest. But we should have won the home leg. Let's click on this match, actually. I don't usually do this, but since it's been a few years since I've played. All right, the stats look favorable to the Pyramids, and yeah, they were. But I think we were the better team. Like, we had the same amount of clear-cut chances, but most of the clear-cut chances came in the last 15 minutes, if I recall correctly. So that is kind of what I'm getting at. And yeah, in the second leg we only lost 1-0, and we lost to a penalty. So yeah, this leg was a lot. It wasn't as close. We didn't really do anything, so we were never going to win this. But yeah, as for the next year, we rolled over against Hearts of Oak. Like we just stood no chance. As you can see here, we lost both games pretty terribly. So yeah, that's about it. And this year, we had a pretty self-explanatory win against St. George from Ethiopia. So that is who we beat this year. And yeah, it was a favorable draw. So yeah, okay. Let's talk about some of the players that have come through the intakes and the players that's left. Let's talk about the players that's left first. You might recognize a few of the names that have left. I believe this is where we started. When we last left off, I believe I don't think I recorded when Kaza left, but he's retired now. He's 33. He left the Espoir for his last 2 seasons. Very, very notable name of the club. Very important player throughout the years. So it's sad to see him go, but I'm sure we were sad when someone like Rwanda Lakefront or Ronaldinho retired. Like, they're players we love to watch, and same goes here. Like, players age, time is their biggest enemy. So now my big I'm not going to show the rest of these because the rest of these are kind of irrelevant. But this was my big mistake here. John Bosco. This is the guy I talked about when he spawned in as a regen on my save. I talked about how he could be useful, and yeah, he's pretty fast. He has good crossing, dribbling. I thought he could have used him, but for the first time in years, I got distracted and I let him go by accident to APR, and now he's actually in where is he? Where is this club? In Saudi Arabia. So yeah, he's he was a big miss as well because he could have really changed some of our fortunes against some of those matches. So yeah. Next up, I'm just trying to remember if these guys were worth to talk about. No, I believe these guys were nobodies. Yeah, they're nobodies. Yeah, okay, so we're not going to talk about them. And I believe this is yeah, okay. We actually haven't lost anyone other than John Bosco then. For some reason, I thought we lost more. I guess this guy is probably the second biggest loss. He's at APR now. He's a decent center back. I mean, he's got the stats he needs. His anticipation's a bit low, which I don't like, but I'll explain why I got rid of him. Like why I wasn't bothering to sign a new contract for him. Why I wasn't doing the spam contract thing. I'll explain that in due time. Because actually I'll explain that now because as for the intakes, I'm happy to say we have another good generation. Now before I go into this, let's go to the club again. And let's talk about our best overall 11. Where's overall? Yeah, this is overall. Okay. So, I'm gonna ignore Big Patrick too because he's one of the new guys. There's Washington, who you all are familiar with. He's still got years in him to play, and he's a very good keeper. So happy to keep him around. The small Patrick, who you'll recognize, he's still sticking out. He's still sticking around the club, and he's 32, so he's still got some time to play. He's got 1 or 2 more years to the first team. Yannick too, who I believe was just starting where we last left off. He's still around, so Canberra's obviously still around. He's a very decent player. Nothing out of this world, but he's very decent. His technicals could use some work, but I'm very happy with his mental and physicals. Then there's Mulenda, who actually, this is a funny one because he said he was retiring 2 years ago, and he still hasn't retired. So I don't know if it's a glitch or if he's decided to unretire himself. He's retired from professional football. But like I swear he was retiring from football in general as well. So I don't know what's happened there, but yeah, that's kind of a weird one. Maybe that shows that I need to pay attention more. Moscow, you're more familiar with him. Kaza, who I've already talked about in this episode. Then there's the Light, who we'll talk about in a second, and Beautiful too, who I still think he has a year in him left before he gets on. So those are definitely the most I agree with that 11. That's the most iconic 11, and I'll talk about the new players very shortly. Actually, I'll talk about them now because I don't have anything else to mention. Yeah, this is a very good. We've had some very good intakes since this time. So let's talk about the ones that are under 20s first. Not too many notable ones. Trying to remember if any of these are notable at all, actually. This guy's okay. He could be a potential replacement for the Light. We'll talk about the Light shortly. He's got everything a poacher needs except for acceleration, so he could work just as a pure goal scorer, and that's really it. His composure could use some work, though. This guy right here, I believe this is the dribbler. No, this is not who I'm thinking of. This is the guy I want to talk about. Jean-Claude Mitima. He's not a great player, but he's got 12 dribbling and 13 pace, and that complements really well. So I might try him in the first team at some point, but he's not going to be a for sure on starter. Now, as for our current squad, we have, as you can see, we have a lot of high star players. Yeah, the region intakes have been quite generous for me the last few years. I don't think they've been fantastic, but they've been quite good. Now, first, before we talk about the new players, let's talk about the Light. The Light is 33. He's still doing decently. Like, he's had an outstanding career. Like, look, 475 goals and 474 appearances. Like, he's the best player this club has ever had. It doesn't seem likely that someone's going to overtake that anytime soon because we're not getting intakes as good as he was in his prime. But, yeah, he's past it. I think he has one more season left as a poacher just because of his off the ball and finishing. But he's not going to be outspeeding anyone anymore. And I'm worried about injuries. His physicals have really gone down. He got an 8-week injury last season, and that was killer. Like that, that really started to kill some of his physicals. And of course, his finishing was at 17 at one point. It's at 15 now, so he's really declined. But I still think he has one more season where he can work. So we'll play one more season, and then we'll gel the new guys in. And the other new guy, Beautiful 2. Sorry, I didn't mean to say the other new guy. I haven't been playing him as much because we have a new striker, but he's a good option off the bench, and he could be more. He's better physically now than the Light is, so he could definitely work. All right, now let's talk about the new guys. Let's see if we can go to club intakes. Actually, we can just see them here. We'll talk because these are what all the relevant ones are. I still haven't given them nicknames. I'll probably give them one before the next match. Eric Makimana. Okay, this guy is 5 stars. I don't see how he's 5 stars. I don't think he's that great. But clearly the assistant thinks differently, and he's been performing in matches. So he's got something about him. But I just don't see it in the stats. If you could spot it, let me know. I have a hunch because of his acceleration, pace, and his decent technicals. But other than that, I don't really see how he's 5 stars. I think he's kind of But he's part of the squad and he's performing, so we can't take him out. He's the best right winger we have, for sure. Then Eric Rasamanzi, I think that's how you pronounce it. Very complete defender. He can play left back and center back, and he's excellent. Yeah, he's one of the best defenders we've ever had at this club. So I'm very happy with the intake we got here. He's got great mentals, very decent technicals for a center back as well. So he's a very complete defender, and he got slot into the first team immediately. Now, as for, we're going to talk about more limited defender now, but probably our best defensive player, and that's Big Patrick 2. I don't remember if I left off with him. I don't think I have. I think the last season I was playing, it was the last season, with the first season he spawned, and 16 marking, 14 position, and this guy's never going to get called out. The only concern is his tackling is a bit low, but yeah, he's an excellent defender, and he's going to be first choice for a long time if he stays at the club, because we obviously still lose players. Washington is still around. We've already showed him. And then there is Eric Hakizimana, who's going to be one of the new strikers. He's obviously nowhere near as good as the Light, but he's got good dribbling, good first touch, okay finishing, good technique, good flair, teamwork off the ball. His mentals are kind of like he's got the mostly near 10, which is kind of what we're looking for. But obviously he's not as good as the Light, but he's had a good start to the club. I'll say that. So he's definitely going to be the long-term option, at least until we get someone better. And lastly, Ali Barori, who's the other defender, who is a decent defender. He's not as good as Big Patrick 2, but he's still quite good. He's got better tackling, but much worse marking. So he's going to be the other option. So if you can tell, in defense, we are set for years to come. Because Canberra, he's kind of the weak link in the defenders, or in defense. But he's still kind of solid. Like, he still has some good mentals, some good physicals. It's just his technicals that kind of let him down. Now, midfield is kind of a letdown because Melendez doesn't have much longer to go. Nakimana is really the only one who's a top player in... at least according to the assistant, he's not really a top player, but he's performing like one. And Ivysaur 2, he's starting to get. He started kind of slow once we replaced Chicago with him, or replaced him. How do I say this? We replaced Chicago with him. That's how we say it. And he's starting to get 20 assists a season. So that's what we've been looking for since that. And he still has some time. He is 26 years old, so. He's going to be the left winger until we get someone better, but that is how we go with it. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. It was just an update video, just to explain what kind of happened, why I haven't recorded any episodes in 3 seasons. That's why. It's partly due to the road trip, and also partly because I didn't feel like a repetition of the matches would really be worth it. So it was a mix. If I really felt that that I had to play the matches, then I would have not played this save of my road trip, because I actually have a second save offline. So yeah, this is now next week we have a big match, and I'm expecting to get knocked out. You probably already saw who it was if you watched this video for the full I don't know however long it was. We have Kaiser Chiefs, and this is our very first encounter with Kaiser Chiefs. They are probably the best team in Africa, if I have to say so myself. They're starting to dominate. They have kind of a small squad, but they are starting to dominate the African Champions League. The South Africans are starting to dominate in general, but like they reached the final 2 years ago and they won it last year. So we gotta stay on our guard. This is gonna be a very tough game. I don't think it's exactly winnable either, so I'm expecting to go out, but we're gonna give it our all. So thank you for watching. This is Lord of Samurai, and I'm signing off. Cheers.